What's up, everybody? PJ Braun here, president of Blackstone Labs. I'm outside of the famous Athletic Factor gym with one of my proud Legion members, the not so little mermaid. You want to tell everybody what your name really is?
Lexi Balliot.
And you can tell them your small but competition history she does have.
I competed in MPC. I did bikini, that's my division, and I've done 4 shows.
So now she came to ask me my opinion because she has a good amount of muscle and people have been telling her to do figure, but I think that she needs to stay in bikini. I think she's actually going to do very well in bikini when she dials it in all the way. And so now you told me that you haven't really been working out too hard lately?
So opposite. I used to not really work out too hard, and then once I started lifting weights again, I became leaner and I lost more, and I feel like I look better and I feel better.
Well, I have been trying to work out harder and harder, and I have not been in a video in a long time. Well, I've been in a video, I just haven't worked out in a video in a long time. And I've been trying to push my legs more and more, and I find that I do very well with female training partners. I train with my girlfriend Marissa a lot. She's a machine. And women just have a different kind of stamina that I find most men don't have. So with me, my knees are really beat up, my back is beat up, so I can't crush 500-pound squats anymore. So I like to really push my pace and my reps, and I find that women usually thrive with that. So I'm going to utilize her, and she's going to utilize me, and we're going to do legs together today.
That'd be awesome. With
some of this fun Athletic Factor equipment. And all of you who are doing the Beat PJ, you can absolutely do this workout because we're going to cover a little bit of everything. We're going to just really hit our lower body hard, and then I'm going to probably, when I'm done, make her do, we'll just do probably one booty exercise for all the ladies at home watching. And guys, listen, if you've got stubborn glutes, you can do them too. I'm probably not going to do them, to be completely honest with you, because my butt is huge. And I'd rather have big quads than a huge butt at this point in life. Some people may feel differently. So we're going to get into it. We're going to train hard. And that's it.
Awesome.
We'll see who taps off first, probably me. We're going to start with lying hamstring curls. We're going to start light and just keep working up. We're going to do sets of 20 reps on these, and I kind of consider this a little bit of a warm-up for the knees. You guys have heard me say this in videos before. I find that hitting the hamstrings with some curls first do a lot to lubricate the knees versus going and doing extensions first. I typically, when I do extensions, like to do them at the end of the workout. I sometimes do them in the beginning, but I find to do extensions on a cold knee is kind of aggravating on the knee. So what I'll usually do is do my hamstrings type exercises first, get those in like we're gonna do now, and then progress through my workout after that. So we're doing a lot of sets on here, but we're just gonna keep progressively working up. So you want the pad to be resting comfortably on the back of your ankles, of course, curling it up. I try to focus on keeping my toes straight. Sometimes I see people turning their toes out, or you see, one will be in, one will be out. You wanna really focus on keeping it nice and straight and even, just so you're working the muscle as evenly as possible. So this is super light, obviously, light enough where I can talk easily, but I'm just gonna focus on my form being perfect. And with hamstrings, this is a very explosive muscle. I've talked about this in videos before. Your hamstring is involved in things like sprints. So you can curl hard on a hamstring, but you wanna control the negative portion, okay? So there's the concentric, which is your explosive contraction, and then there's the negative, which is the eccentric portion of the motion, and that's where you want to really control it more. And what I'm doing now is I'm just squeezing both hamstrings evenly at the same time, just getting blood in there, and I've kind of lost count with this conversation, but I'm shooting for, around 20 reps on these sets, and just keep progressively bringing more water in. So, let's see, yeah, this is light. And so the main thing, and we've talked about this in videos before, is when you're training your hamstrings is you keep your hips pressed into the bench and you don't hitch up with your hips, because then you'll start pulling from your glutes. So I'm just going to keep progressively moving the weights up, and the only rest period is going to be When she's going, I'm resting, and when I'm going, she's resting. So, as you try different weights and different rep ranges, you can try different speeds with your tempo as well. Right now we're working with a pretty even, smooth tempo. So you'll hear people talk about doing things like 4 seconds up, which would be very slow. You're talking 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, and then maybe like a 1 1000 on the way down. Realistically, it's just changing the time under tension. So you can do things like going very, very light with very, very slow reps, or you can go a little heavier and make your reps faster. But I encourage you to try them all. So, when you go in here now, I'm going to show you a little variation. So, if you put your feet all the way together,
Yep.
and concentrate on holding them there, you're actually going to feel it on the inside of your hamstring a little bit more. And this is just a different way to stimulate the muscle a little bit more. Very good. Very good. You feel a little bit different like that?
Yeah, I did. Mine is tighter.
So I was traveling all day back from New York yesterday, flying, cramped up on a plane, didn't drink nearly enough water, so I'm probably not properly hydrated today. I'm a little stiff, I can feel it already. So I'll try to keep my hydration going during the workout. We're just gonna keep on going.
Together?
You can go back to normal on this one. For the people that are watching the video that talk trash to me, if they see this part, I'm just giving Athletic Factors some love on social media. There were people that obviously were there just to give me a hard time. In the Steps and Kara video, I was getting a video for Instagram on one of her sets, which was light enough where I could try her with one finger if I wanted to. And I was getting the video editing while I was doing it, and somebody was like, a real trainer would never have a phone like that, and she's gonna get hurt because you're not paying attention.
15 pounds.
I've been doing this for a while, guys. I can multitask. So if you're using proper form and you're concentrating on the muscle the right way, you can get a really, really good contraction with lighter weight, and oftentimes get more out of it than if you just put a lot of weight on and you're just jerking it around. How are you? All right, so I'm gonna start jumping our weights up just a little bit more now. Still doing 20. That was, for me, now that was a challenging set of 20. You see, I had to get a little sloppy with my form on the last 2 reps. So, you see how the weight is for you? She's strong, guys, so. Come on. Good. 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 Keep it up. Good. 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 Keep going. You got 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Good job. All right, so what we're gonna do on this last one is gonna make it just a little bit heavier, and we're gonna do drop sets. So I'm gonna hit 10 reps with a little bit heavier weight, and then drop it down. I'm gonna burn out and hope to get at least 10 more with that lighter weight. So now I have an idea of where my weights are, so I should know exactly where to put it. When you guys are figuring out your weights for your drop sets, yeah, you could just cut the weight down for the sake of going lighter and cutting it down, but try to keep an idea of where your numbers were at. So if you've worked your way up, let's say if you've gone 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, 70 pounds is a really, really, really heavy set of 20, right? Well, if you jump to 80 or 90, you're not gonna be able to get that 20, obviously, but just don't go back to your original starting. Try to keep it in there where it's still pretty challenging. Otherwise, you're, yes, continuing the set, but you're not truly taking the muscle past that failure zone. So I'm gonna go a little heavier. And I'm gonna do 10, drop it, and rep out, and try to get at least 10. I wish I knew when I was younger, but I really like training with higher reps. I just feel the body responds better to higher reps. It's fun to, you know, squat 500 pounds, but it's harder to keep the reps going like that. But you're just, the best way that I always say to people is like, you're forcing so much blood into one area that has no like choice but to expand. And it just seems to make so much sense, even from a bro science standpoint, and I could get into the science side of it too, but you know, if you're working your bicep, right, and you want it to grow, you're gonna get a pump. So just in your head, what do you think is gonna pump it more? Something really heavy that you can do like 5 times, or if you just repeatedly did something 15 times over and over, after a while there's gonna be so much blood in there, you're not gonna be able to move your arm anymore. That's my approach to training nowadays. So is there a place for heavy sets of 5 and stuff? Of course, but I think the most optimal way to grow is probably a minimum of 15, and I would say a maximum of 20 to 25. So don't always be dying at 20, but challenge yourself to push into those high rep sets.
So those college days that you did like 5, 10, you're like, all right, that was good. The sports and everything, you did like 5.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I started as a power lifter, so I loved to train really heavy. I was going to the gym, I was like, I'm gonna lift as heavy as I can today. And if I couldn't lift something, I was mad. And I was like, next week I'm gonna lift that, you know? If I couldn't pull 500 off the floor, the next week I was gonna get it. But I'll tell you, if you told me, listen, I'm gonna send you to the gym on Saturday. You're gonna be there for an hour. And I want you to either squat as heavy as you can for sets of 3 for that hour, or I'm gonna have you squat as heavy as you can for sets of 20 for a half an hour. I'd be like, listen, give me the hour and I'll just do those 3s. Because you're gonna be dying from those sets of 20, they wreck you. So I'm gonna hit 10, explosive, drop down and rep it out. So I have a little bit more in me, so I'm gonna go past what I said I was gonna do. All right, so I ended up going 22, because I knew I had a little bit more in me, so I pushed a little bit more, and that's the whole idea of it. So you're gonna do your heavy 10, and we're gonna drop it down, and you're just gonna burn it out. Come on. Good. 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 It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now just drop that pin like 3 spots. And just crank them out. Good. 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 Keep going. You got more. Keep going. Do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good job. So as far as first exercise goes, she's kicking my butt. Which I kind of expected. But guys, this is why. Don't be afraid to train with these women who compete. So I really like this leg press. I never get to use it, so we're gonna use it today. We're gonna start out easy. Throw one plate on. All right, so what I'm gonna start out with for my leg presses is I'm gonna use a really close stance, and I'm actually angling my hips just in a little bit. You guys have heard me talk about this internal rotation of the hips. I'm gonna focus on keeping my knees in, and the range of motion is gonna be a little bit different. So I'm coming down to about 90 degrees. Now, if I opened up my stance like this, I could obviously come down way deeper. When you're coming down way deeper, you'll be able to stimulate a little bit more hams, a little bit more adduction, but that's not what I want to do right now. Right now I want to get a little bit more direct focus on the quads. So I'm going to keep my feet closer. One thing I will say though is I always drive through my heels. You're going to want to push through your toes and your heels are going to come off. And that's going to be a little rougher on your knees. Now if you keep the force driven from your heels, you'll actually keep focusing on driving with your glutes a little bit more. You've got knee flexion going on, so you're working the quadriceps regardless. So this first set, what I usually do is about 30 reps, just to get the blood going a little bit more in here. And then we're gonna jump up, and we're gonna start again going towards sets of 20. And the safeties are here. They actually pop out pretty easy when you take your feet off. Let's go a little closer with your feet. It's gonna feel awkward. Concentrate on keeping your knees in and just straight down. Yep, just like that. Warming them up. Good. And we're just gonna throw another plate on. Jumping in, doing 20 reps in. So when she goes, I rest. When I go, she rests. That's it. That's the pace that you're gonna go at. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. There you go. Good. Another plate. All right, 20 reps again. Good. 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 Awesome. Good. 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 Keep going. Wait on. Come on. Good. 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 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Strong, guys. Woo. Another one. So what I'm gonna have you do now to make you a little bit stronger is I'm gonna keep challenging with these weights, I want you to open your stance up into where you'll feel more comfortable with your normal stance, more shoulder width, like how you started. You're gonna incorporate a little bit more fresh muscle now, and you'll be able to drive a little bit more later.
Okay. You can do that.
Come on. So I've opened her stance up now. She's gonna engage more overall muscle. Come on. Good. 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 Come on. Keep it going. You got more. Come on. Good. Good. I want 5 more. Come on. 4 more. You got this. Come on. 3. 2 more. Don't give up. 1 more. Good job. Good. On the leg press, guys, what I typically do is when I'm working with somebody, when they get to a really hard 15, to me, that's where I cut the line. I don't see the need to do sets of like 8 on the leg press. First of all, who needs to put all those plates on? Just challenge yourself with more reps. So what I'm gonna do, so we can stay around the same pace, is I'm gonna throw 2 more on now, just so I can be feeling around that 15 rep, and I'm gonna open my stance up too. So I'm gonna put 2 more on. Now I'm opening my stance up. All right, so what we're gonna do now, so what I usually do, once I hit that really heavy 15, is I cut in half. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means I'm gonna go to 3. She had 4, that means she's gonna go to 2. So right now, let's just bring it to 2. Is I want you to go back to the close stance that we started with. Rep it out until I tell you to stop. When you stop, hold it down, I'll support it. Walk your feet back out a little bit wider, and then crank out some more reps. So I'm gonna push you real hard on this one. Just rep it out. Start close. Come on. Good. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Keep repping it. Keep repping it. Come on, not tired at all. Keep cranking them out. Very, very high reps here. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I want 5, 4, 3, 2. 1 more. Walk them out. You got it. Come on. Good. Good. Keep going. Come on. Come on. 5, 4. Come on. Dig deep. 3, 2. 1 more. Come on. Push. Good job. Very good. It's a lot of reps. But you want to doing 35 total reps. It's a lot. So that means I got to do the same. Otherwise, I'm going to look really bad. Whew. Now, one thing with structuring your leg days the right way, I didn't want to skip or back off with my legs because it's an enjoyable day to train, but I typically don't do legs the day after flying. So right now my back's super, super tight. So I wasn't gonna do squats anyway, we still aren't gonna. Not a good idea to do something like that just because you're confined in that tight position for so long. The muscles get thrown off. Very good idea to get a deep tissue massage or something after a high day of travel, which I'm gonna try to line up for myself later. So what I'm trying to do on the leg press like this is keep my back really pressed against that pad, because when you're coming down and your spine starts arcing, you put a lot of stress. So you gotta try to avoid not to do that, which I think I was pretty good about this one. So we're done on here. So what we're gonna do is in the middle of the workout, you don't see people do this often. We're gonna go to the leg extension now, where we're still fairly fresh, and we're gonna try to really, really drive blood directly into the quads, because we're moving to a quad focus. All right, so leg extension, proper positioning is you want this seat to be tucked nicely into where the back of your knee is. So as you can see, if I lift up, there's a little bit of space here. So the way that I fix that is you just take the seat adjustment, move it back a little bit, okay? Now I'm gonna get back in, and I can sit. Whoa. Not really far back, but probably have to move this a little bit up for Lexi, but now I'm comfortably in here, and I can come all the way down so the stack's not touching, and then come all the way up for a full contraction the right way. What I tell people when you're doing a leg extension is you want this to be on the top of your shin, not on your shoes, okay? If it's on your shoes, it's gonna push your feet down. So you wanna be able to keep your toes flexed like this, come all the way down, come up and contract. Now what I tell people to do with this is same thing, keeping those quadriceps rotated in, that internal rotation. We're gonna get a lot of contraction through here. You're gonna be able to generate more focus through the outside of your quads through here by rotating in. When you start to let it rotate out, you're gonna get more stress through on the teardrops. So with these, we're shooting again for that 20 high, 15 low side. Keep those toes flexed up. There you go. Good. Good. And let it come down even farther. There you go. So right before it touches, and then back up, squeeze hard here. Good. Very good. Same thing. She goes, I go. She goes, I go. So I'm focusing on my hips being held and locked in so I can stretch out here a little bit more. That's what I'm focusing on. Now, if I wanted to really get in more with the teardrop, I would let my hips rotate out more so I could squeeze here. But I actually really want to focus here. That's where my concern is. And that's what I'm really, really locked in with. This is set 4. We're gonna go 6 sets on here. Come on.
Okay.
Good. 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 Come on. Good. Good. There you go. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. Good. There you go. Good. Damn. machine.
I don't feel like a machine. Whew. Oh my goodness.
See, I have really mean screaming heavy metal in my ear to keep me moving. She's just dealing with her own inner thoughts. Oh, damn. Oh. My legs are burning. Come on. Come on. Good. 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 Come on. Come on. Good. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Just keep killing it right there. There you go. Good. Good. Couple more. Oh, damn. Jeez. Oh, she doesn't give up.
No.
So, you get to the point where you're barely able to move the weight anymore. There's different levels of what failure is. Some people think that, well, the only way to truly have failure means you actually can't complete the rep at all anymore. I guess in theory that is the most accurate way to say what the muscle failing is, but failure could be failure to complete reps with the right form. There's a lot of debate on what true failure is. So you get to the point where you're just doing whatever it takes to move weight a little bit. That's not wrong. So some people are like, I've been completing reps, but you're still doing whatever it takes to move the muscle a little bit. So what you can do at that point, which is what I'm gonna do right now, is I'm gonna go a little heavier, but I know I'm not gonna hit the reps that I want. So when I get to that point where I start getting sloppy, I'm gonna drop it down and to keep that tension going a little bit longer. And I'm gonna try to keep that blood driving in here as much as I can. Rather than just giving up, it's not giving up, it would be that I just couldn't move it anymore. I'm gonna make it so I can keep moving it. So I'm gonna go a little heavier. As soon as I feel like my form is getting too jerky, I'm gonna drop it. And then this will be our final set here. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, now I'm gonna drop it. Whew. So I did 9 before I had to drop it. A little break just to get in and out. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. See, I wouldn't have been able to get 20.
Yeah.
Call me a quitter, I guess. Whew. All right.
Okay.
Let's see what you can get here. Come on. Just move it.
Yep.
Hard, and then drop it. You can get out like I did.
Okay.
Put it where you want. Come on. Good. Good. Come on. Good. Come on. 5 set of extensions. Give it everything you got. Good. Good. There you go. Come on. Nice. Good job. Awesome job. You beat me there. I dropped it down to there.
Okay.
Come on. Come on, keep going. You got 11, keep going. Come on. 12, 13, come on. All the way up. There you go, just like that. Keep going. Give me 3 more, all the way up though. Good, all the way up. All the way up, come on. There you go. Very good. Good pump so far?
A little bit.
Awesome. All right, so I've actually never used this leg press. So first thing you want to do when you're using something you've never used, test it out. Or just jump in there blindly. So, because there's a little bit of a rock to it, what you got to do is grab onto these safeties here. That's why they're here. And I'm actually pushing myself into it. So the stance that we're going to use on this, definitely favorable to her or anybody else trying to get more glute involved, is going to be wider. I'm going to let my knees come out nice and far, and then drive forward through my heels. Now we're not going to get jerky with it. and rock. We're gonna do this strict. So what we'll do here is put a little bit of weight on. Now I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do to make this fun. This is a hack slash reverse hack squat machine. Do, right? It's gonna come in like this. This is your safety. Safety in, safety out. What I'm gonna do here, stand up nice and tall, brace myself. I'm gonna squat down, 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 and then back up. And I'll try my feet positioning first. Okay? There we go. So I feel comfortable with my feet right here, where that blue line is. That's probably why the clever people at Athletic Factory put it there. All right, so here's what we're gonna do to make this more challenging. We're gonna do a nice strict set of 10 here. All right? So we're gonna go nice and deep, boom, 10 strict reps. This is 3, 4, keep your core pulled in, 5, chest up, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm turn the safety in. All right, I'm gonna come right over here. I'm feeling this a lot in my glutes already, which is good. 12, 13, 14, 15, and then I'm gonna break. Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, more challenging than it may look. So your turn.
Just reverse.
Your chest is gonna stay up. Deep breath. Turn the safety out, which it now is. You squat nice and deep. Right back up. Good. Good. Very good form. Good. 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 2 more. 1 more. Perfect form. Good. And get that safety in. Right over here. Use those safeties to push yourself. You're gonna want to push yourself against this pad.
Okay. And then this is safeties?
I didn't even use the safeties.
Oh.
Just do it nice and slow so you don't smash the bottom. There you go. Good. Perfect. Good. Just drive through the heels of them. Good. Good. Good.
How many?
Good. 15. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Easy. Very good. Well, she did that easy, so guys, don't look at it as being sexist at all. Just think of it as when you're a kid, did you want to get beat up by the kid in school? I don't. So I'm gonna try to go a little bit heavier since she just did that fairly easily and it was hard for me. Gotta stop getting all these strong ass girls in here all the time. Doing it to myself. Friggin', ever since the Jen and Gary video, now every strong girl wants to come and see what they're made of. Lesson to myself, after today, probably go back to just training them in these videos. So I'm gonna make this a little bit harder. And just try to still go perfect over there. Yeah, it's time. I'm gonna rock over here. So I'm letting my knees come out a lot on these, getting that adduction, getting that glute. And I'm actually gonna go for 20 now. This is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh. Push that safety out. Here we go. We're deep into the workout now. The Not So Little Mermaid. She's a strong one. Killing it. Come on. There you go. Come on. Good. Give me more. Come on. Give me one more. Come on. Good. Turn that safety in. Beautiful. Come down here and crank these out. Come on. Good. 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 Keep going. Good. 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 Nice. Keep going. Good. Good. Come on. Come on. Jeez. Oh, damn. All right. Just gotta go. Just gotta go. So we're getting a really good pump through these. What's good for me, I don't know about you, none of this is bothering my back or knees, which is key. Sometimes I'll do reverse hack squats with people and they'll tell me their back burns really bad. So what's usually happening when that's the case, well, it's two things. Number one, you just may not have the strongest core because a lot of your power is coming from your core in this exercise, breathing to keep that inner girdle in place. But what a lot of people are doing is they're getting onto this pad, right? And they're not looking up, they're not focusing on their form, they're going like this forward and they're sticking their butt back real far. They're almost turning it into a good morning and that's gonna really fry your lower back. So when you're in these squat or the reverse squat type machines, you gotta maintain that chest posture being up. So when you sit back, your core is bracing you while your legs do the work. Here it's the same thing. I'm keeping myself pushed against the seat so I'm not rocking with my lower back a lot. And that's why I've been able to, whereas my back was tight there, that's why I'm able to really just get a good pump through my legs. So I'm actually throw another plate on each side here. It's gonna be our last set of these. Think you can do 3 plates on this?
We'll see.
Think you can do 4 plates on this?
We can see.
Please.
I don't, 3 I'm comfortable with, 4 I don't know. I can try.
I think she's gonna be able to do 3. I'm gonna try 4.
Yeah?
First time using this machine. It's similar to the one that I'm used to using with about 4 though, so we'll see. Whew. All right, so our last set through these. We're gonna maintain that good form. Not getting sloppy. Safety out. So before you do something like this, I take a deep breath and keep my core pulled in. I'm also squeezing my glutes real hard. So all the force is transferred where it needs to be. I'm not rounding forward. That's how you guys usually strain your backs, okay? So here we go, deep breath, chest up. This is heavier than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Do not lock your knees out the way I just did. Not good for you.
If you can get up.
So I hit 8 with relatively good form on that reverse. That's really about as hard as you want to go. Of course, maintaining good form. I think 8 is suffice to stay in that hypertrophy zone. Had I not gone 8, I would tell you that I probably pushed it a little hard, but I got enough where that combined with this, I think I kept the muscle under tension for a long period of time. Quite a bit of blood in my legs right now. We'll see as we go on. Now through Cheetos here. All right, let's start this. Come on, here we go. Good. Come on. Good. 3 more, come on. Last side of these, finish strong. Give me 3 more, you need 3 more, I got you. Come on, come on. Give me 2 more, come on. 1 more, come on. Everything you got. Drive it up, drive it, drive it. Good job. Again, good. Over here, awesome. Come on, let's go. Good. Good, try to get a little farther down with it. There you go. Come on, just get what you can get. Push hard. Good. Come on, drive hard. There you go. Come on. Push hard. You got another one, come on. Push, 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 push. Get another one. Drive. Come on, you're doing really good. It's already more than I thought you were gonna get. Keep going. Good. Nice. Awesome. Good job. Man, that one plate makes a big difference on this thing, that's for damn sure. Very good. All right. Very, very good. So this is a superset combo that I love to do. I love this combo because, a number of reasons, but I feel the most important part of your back shots, no matter how good your quadriceps are, no matter how good your calves are, no matter how good your hamstring development is, all judges, no matter what division that you're in, they look at the area between your glutes and hamstrings. Now, much of this is genetic, but whether genetics are superior or inferior, you want to make sure that you're hitting that area the best that you possibly can. So, with the Romanian deadlift versus the stiff leg, sumo, conventional, you're actually taking your hips and forcing the stress onto the insertion point of your hamstrings. So what I'm doing is I'm actually concentrating on that insertion of my hamstrings. I'm concentrating on that area going back and feeling tension in here the whole time. So it's not about just bending over, all right? And I'll show you this when I demonstrate the form. My back is super stiff from the plane yesterday, so I'm not gonna be able to do too many of these. But when I'm fatigued there and I've hit that really hard, and I come over to the dumbbell plie squat, right? And I use a very, very unorthodox foot positioning with this because my toes are almost all the way out and I'm letting my knees go over my toes, which is traditionally what you're doing if you're a ballerina with a plie. And so you're dropping down low, right? And then you're squeezing up. So that insertion area is getting drilled. So the combination is gonna look like this, and she's gonna be able to do this more efficiently than me. You can use the underhand grip, whatever you're more comfortable with. So I'm here, right? And I'm slightly wider than shoulder width. And my toes slightly pointed out. Core is pulled in. I'm sticking my glutes back, right? I should almost be falling on my toes. And I'm pushing my heels into the floor to drive down. All right, so I'm not that flexible, so I don't have to go that far. Then when I hit my failure point there, right, so nice and deep here, I pop over. I'm gonna drop down, right? Letting my knees go over, and I'm concentrating when I'm coming up, squeezing my glutes real, real hard. So I picked these weights for you because I thought it'd be a good, for here, challenging between the low side 10, the high side 15, and here I know you can get 20 good reps with that. So this is primary. Guys, you can do this kind of stuff too, of course, especially if you're trying to work on the detail in that area for your shows. But ladies, throw these in either before or the end. I like to do them at the end. You'll see right now, she'll tell you how it feels. And you're gonna know that you're doing them right or not because you'll feel it more in the top versus behind your knees. So your soft knee, and you're sticking that butt back far. There you go. and you're concentrating through here. You're sticking this part back and really thinking about pushing your heels into the floor and bringing that up. Good. Now she has very, very developed hamstrings. So you can see the belly's through here, and that's great. What we want is this insertion point up in here. Good. Keep sticking those hips back. Good. Good. You feeling it through the insertion there? Good. So for these guys, don't try to break records on here because you're going to fry your rectors out. We don't want that. So rock that now. Now we're going to come in here. You're going to drop the butt low and push through your heels, squeezing your glutes up the whole way.
Pull down.
Yep. Good.
Whew.
There you go. And squeeze them hard at the top. You'll hear girls often saying, make your butt look ugly because you're squeezing it together. And that's okay because you're contracting your glutes really hard. Good, you're pushing your heels. Good. Good, you drop those glutes down, you go lower. There you go. Pushing all through your heels. Good. Good. Keep going. Squeeze the glutes hard every time. Keep going. Squeeze them hard. I want 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. How you feeling?
Good.
Feeling where you want to feel it?
I feel it.
So, I want to show you guys something. This is very, very tricky to learn correct. For some reason, I think it's often because people think about moving weight and not feeling the muscle. So it looks like she's doing it right. I'm going to show you guys something. I specifically wore these trusty Gasp photo shoot shorts, as they call them. They look sort of like spandex underwear, but they're not. Not because I wanted to be sexy in the gym. I want to show you something. So, when you're properly executing this exercise, so I can look at myself in the mirror here, right? When you're coming down and you're firing, I'm putting this tension through my hamstrings here. So if my legs are locked here and I'm bending down like this, I want you to look at the difference between where my back is if I'm doing this, right? You see, as soon as I get here, my back's rounded, all right? Dangerous. So look here, get this tight. I'm not skinny enough to take my shirt off to show you more, but see my chest is up, and what I'm doing is, notice how my hips are coming back. Now I'm right here. Now I'm not the most flexible person. I'm actually feeling it here a lot already. So I don't have to keep coming down, but if I do, I'm sticking my hips back. Now from this floor position, you can see my hamstrings are firing already. I'm pushing my heels into the floor to bring my hips back forward. That's the key with this. So if you do it again. All right, here we go. Good, force is coming through your heels. Perfect. Good. Good. Just like that. Nice and smooth. Give me 4 more like that. 3. Keep those hips back. 2 more. 1 more. That back staying nice and flat. And you're gonna wrap that. You're gonna come right over here. Get nice and deep. My favorite 2-step combos. Really finish out the legs. Hit hands, glutes. Quads are already fried. Put those toes out even more. You can bring your heels in a little bit closer actually. There you go. Really abnormally bring them out. Good. Drop it down low. Good. Set that butt nice and low. There you go. And squeeze it hard at the top. Squeeze it hard at the top. There you go. Frying the glutes out. Good. Great form. Awesome. Good. Come on. Squeeze hard. Come on. I'll tell you when to stop. Give me 5 more. Come on. 4. 3. Come on. 2, squeeze hard, awesome set. Do one more, squeeze those glutes real hard. And rest, very good set. Now, if you're training your legs real hard and your back starts to get really tight or burnt up, one thing that you can do just to relieve that tension is to put a little stress and actual contraction into your abdomen, to your core. So you're gonna pull some of that blood out. So what I often do is into the side of the bench like this. And what I'll do is I'll sit on the end of the bench and I'll just focus on some V-ups, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm pulling blood into my abs, right? So when your abs are contracting, you're actually loosening up your lumbar. So just getting blood back in here, and that will keep loosening up your back. What I'll often do on the end of a leg day is I'll do a few sets of core and just start redistributing some of that blood, and you'll find it actually helps loosen up a lot. Now, another thing you can do when you're just standing around in between sets, keep your glutes tense. So I'm squeezing my glutes and keep your abs pulled in. What we often do when we're tired is we slouch, and that makes our lower back burn even more. So be wary of that. Get good light in the gym. There's too much blood in my legs to actually show any separation, but it's there, I promise. Looks like I'm actually not wearing anything. Last set of the day. Favorite two-set combo. Romanian Deadlift. So there is that. Form is very strict, raising the hips and back. Forcefully coming through the heels. It's just going to nail that tie-in area a lot. Look at how sick this girl's physique is. Very new. Only done a little bit competitively. She has a national level physique, that's what I'm sure. 5'7", 140-ish pounds. Very lean. Good, keep going. We got a couple more. Maybe 2 more. 1 more. This is my favorite combo, guys. Else. Finisher. Very, very difficult. So those toes come over. Squeeze your glutes hard every time. Squeeze them hard. Boom. Get that deep contraction. I did a frog combo that I'm happy about. Also, keep going. We're gonna do some extra long sets. Come on. That part like nice and deep. Come on. Get it down more. There you go. Good. Keep going. Come on. Nice and deep. Last of the day. Glutes hard. Essentially the best ball position because so far. Not good enough. Keep going. Full video. One more good one. Good. Now you're good. Damn. What the hell? Oh,
You're killing me, that's awesome. Oh, God. Who needs cardio when you got this?
Not when you're training like that. I'll tell you what, you're gonna earn a lot of new followers and fans from this video because you train really hard.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
We have like very just athletic, strong girls at this point. We've got a lot of different good athletes over the years, but between like Jenna Geary, we haven't really done anything with Kate Graham yet because she's brand new, but she's a freak.
She's strong. She's strong.
She's very, very strong.
I saw her.
So we're excited to see what she does, but you know, I think it's cool to be strong as a woman nowadays. Like, I meet girls that they want to be strong, they want to train hard, you know.
Nice.
So
it's awesome to see.
it's one thing, you know. You in the old days, I'll hear girls all the time when it's so very different, and it's crazy because I don't think of myself as that old. But when I first started training people, it was actually 20 years ago, and the most common thing that I would hear is, I don't want big muscles, I don't want to be big, I just want to be toned. And now, you know, so many women are like, you know, I want to build this, I want to build that, I want to build my hams, I want to build my glutes, I want to build my delts. It's cool to have muscle now, and it's pretty, and it's sexy, and it's empowering. There's a lot of awesomeness, which is the word I use for it. And what's your athletic background? I already know, but the people at home don't.
I was a heptathlete. I actually competed in NCAA, so that was pretty cool.
Tell everybody at home. Just a lot of people aren't going to know what
a heptathlon
is.
It's 7 events over the course of 2 days. So you do everything from long jump, high jump, shot put, jab, 200 meter, 100 hurdles, and then the 800 meter. And you do all of that in 2 days. And whoever has the highest score wins. That's how it is.
And what was your greatest of all the 7? Which one was your best?
I'd say 200. 200 or 100 hurdles, and long jump probably my best.
That's fun stuff. So she's an athlete for years. Shows in her physique.
That's where the glutes came from.
Got amazing glutes, very powerful. You know, some of you guys have heard me talk. I talk a lot about Ashley Kaltwasser. I've just always been a very big fan of her physique since the first time I ever saw her compete. She actually was a heptathlete, so I wanted to bring that up. Some people, the diehard fans, will know, and then some of the people that are just Blackstone fans aren't even going to know who she is. She was 3-time Miss Bikini Olympia, and she's got that true, you know, NCAA athlete background, just like you. So that kind of training, guys, sport-specific training versus physique training is very different. However, the foundation that you build with sport-specific training and the way that it plays its role functionally in life is superior to physique training. So if you come in here just focusing on looking as good as you can possibly look, you'll be able to achieve that. Probably not going to be good at any of the sports that you want to be better at. On the flip side, when you watch the way that most athletes train to excel at their sports, well, most of them don't really need to have a super heavy squat or a great bench press. A lot of the things that you see, for instance, in the NFL combine is dumb. It really is. Now, a great example is I watched this documentary on this. Like, Tom Brady had some of the worst combine numbers ever. He ran like a 5.3 40, which is very slow. I'm fat, I can run faster than that. He had a poor vertical jump. He did a lot of things bad, but I think many people, myself included, would argue that he's the greatest quarterback of all time. And I'll tell you what, he can move around in the pocket, he can take a hit, and on the field, he's a damn good athlete. Another example is Jerry Rice did not have a great 40 time, but I'll tell you what, nobody could really stop him when he was on the field. So you're doing what is specific for what's going to make you the best that you can be. As a bikini competitor, that ham glute tie-in is the most important part, and it's going to be for you as a bodybuilder as well. So that's why I was specifically focused on that at the end. I will call it pushed out because my lower back's really burning bad right now, but I had a very good workout thanks to her. Probably wouldn't have had as good a workout, so I thank her for that. And now you guys get to go and train where you probably won't sweat as much because they're going up north. It's cold up there.
Yes.
But awesome job.
Yeah,
very, very good workout. I appreciate it. That's the not so Little Mermaid. Ladies and gentlemen, follow her. She's been around for a while. I saw her for the very first time, I think Joe Reiser for this, who shoots a lot of my videos. I saw her shooting an arrow in some Real Muscle clothing.
Big
and I said, hey, how do you know that girl? And he was like, I really don't know her. She lives kind of close to me. I sent her some stuff. And that's how it all started. And now she's been with Blackstone for a while. And if she does decide to compete soon, I fully support it. I think she's a very awesome competitor. Bust out a bikini pose for us at least before you go home.
It's been a year, I've been rusty, but if I can see. So I do the whole glutes dominant thing.
She has a very, very, very strong athletic curves. And you can just see she's got a lot of density to her shoulders, really good muscle in her legs. And this is why don't get caught up in weight. People get caught up in weight all the time. I said it before, you're like 140-ish pounds.
Yeah.
You're super lean. Now on stage, she's not gonna be 140 pounds, of course. You're what, 5'7", right?
Yeah.
So don't worry about the scale. Sometimes with my competitors, some of my competitors will be like, well, you told me to weigh in. I'm really doing that more as a gauge for me as your coach. It doesn't matter what you weigh on stage. Now, if I've worked with you a bunch of times, No, okay, well, I liked this look at 118, so we're gonna be somewhere around there type of thing. But it's all about how you look, and of course, if you're not gonna get on stage, then it's just about what you see in the mirror and how you feel about yourself. So, awesome workout. That was a very balanced lower body approach. We love Athletic Factor Gym.
It was awesome.
I'm happy I got to see you guys today. And thank you for my shirt. That's it.
Thank you.
Peace out, bye.